Okay. I think it's time. SEED6, game plan 2. 3, 2, 1, go. Feels good. All right, and let's go run auto tracker. Take sword, because only stooges take other weapons. Cool. We're starting with quick run. The first thing I'm going to do is actually just put it straight on. Because even from here, it helps speed up the game. Fort 9. OC has one important check. Okay, so we're gonna just quickly do a loadout here. Nada. Cosmic Arts is great. Centurion 13-3 is great. Steal this stuff. Okay, cool. Let's go abilities. Got Fire Boost. Flare Force is really good. Cool. Okay, nothing important. Oh, I need to change the AI. Anything I want to put on me, I'm actually going to change that to potion there, because I will eventually swap potions onto it. All right, let's give it a roll. So opening up like we normally do. Grab these checks. I'm gonna come in and we're gonna try and beat these guys first time. It's never assured, but I'm gonna give it my best shot. Okay, that was scary. That could have gone wrong. Okay, cool. And we're through first try. That's really good. If nothing else, you get better by playing the rando. And I need to stress that more than anything else. I know it sounds like a really duh kind of comment, but you can watch Theory as much as you want, but nothing is quite as good. Okay, and I died. But The World Never Was has 5 important checks. The good thing is I don't need to pick any of those other ones up. I just run through now and pick up the one by the door, because we've got that information. You know, you get better at the rando by literally playing the rando. And theory is important. I like to think of it like chess. Theory is really, really important, and understanding chess theory is important, and knowing what chess openings are, and, you know, so on and so forth. But nothing quite beats actually doing it and actually executing plays and actually producing an output and trying things. There's a big, because it's a game, you're physically using your ability to play it. It's not just like chess where you can, to completely go against my analogy with chess, it's completely different to chess where it is all in your head. You know, they don't care how forcefully you move your pieces on the board. But here, the mechanics of you playing are, you know, are a big part of your play. Physically, how you move your thumbs and your fingers is a big part of how you play. So, practicing playing. That actually makes you a better player, funnily enough. And there's a place for theory. There's always a place for theory. But there's just as much of a place for just playing. Have fun, play, pick up, you know, the physical side of playing. I think that's really important. Let's go really philosophical. But yeah, hopefully that helps some of you. I know that I've gotten better from literally recording these videos playing through. Right, cool. So we've got 4 great checks here. And then, so one of them being proof, one of them being, I'm going to steal some stuff off Simba. One of them being a proof, one of them being summon, which is really good. Okay. Let's duck out. And hints. Hints are always good. And the fact that we now know that the world that never was is a 5, that's massive. That impacts your decision making so much. Because that's such a large amount of checks. A gargantuan number of checks. I think the largest number of checks I've ever seen a world have is 8. And that was, and it was an OC8, I remember, and it was massive. But not one of them was the proof. So I think it's important to acknowledge that you know, it's not always going to be. I'm going to keep those ethers on myself. It's not always going to be as simple as, okay, cool, this is a big number, the proof is going to be there. This is a big number, the proof has a good possibility of being there. And just being wary if that's important. All right, cool. And let's die to this fight. Oh, okay, cool. So they didn't do the normal opening, but they still killed me, so we're good. So let's pick up these chests. And through we go. Akaba. Pick up the 3 checks in here. Out of the way, Doc. Baseball charm. My boy Chicken Little's here. All right. So I know I've got my ethers on myself. So let's just run in. Best of luck to me, I guess. And dance call. There we go. Got it a good time. Ah, my God. Okay, yeah. So that can happen. What are my ways of getting... Oh, my defense is 3. So what are our ways of getting through that? Like, okay, the cutscene defense is higher than my current defense. That's so funny. And so, yeah, dance call. Bam. And, okay, cool. So Jack kept him busy. One thing I wanted to do is, because I noticed that I killed the first one before finishing the limit, so I wanted to make my way over towards the other one so that I could do some extra damage on that one and potentially also stagger it so that I could get off the ethers. So just being adaptable to things like that is important. So drive recovery. Mithril crystal, let's go grab this one. Would really love glide. Handsome report 8, so SP has 2 checks. That's really good. That means that we could like duck in there, see if they're in the first few checks, which would be really good. Which we do in this routing anyway, so magnet splash, that's good. Limit form. Yeah, buddy. We out here juicing. Okay. So we're gonna come out here. We're going to just get a little bit of extra EXP real quick. And then we're going to go to Disney Castle, where we're going to dip out the second we get to the library, which is good for a few reasons actually. One of which being our low defense stat, which is still a 3. I don't know about you guys, but that's not great. I do have a defense boost in here. Let's quickly put it to 4. So we'll go Disney Castle. I don't trust going through the hall with a defense stat of 4. Oh, which the cutscene says it should be an 8. So I find that funny. I like using the cutscenes as like little markers of where they expect your stats to be. Except for they generally put your magic at 0. Okay, I'm gonna have to go up this way. Bam. Skadoosh. Gave him the runaround. Oh, Sweet Memories. Sweet Memories is my favorite Keyblade. Alright. Thunder Boost. Bam. That'll be really good once we get Thunder. Because our magic is 25 at level 9. Hidden Dragon. Cool, so we've got a couple of Keyblades to choose from now. And then Form Boost. Right, let's quickly duck through here, go get the 2 checks in the library. And then once we're done with that, we're going to go to... Should have committed this to memory by now. We're going to dip into Land of Dragons. This is giving me all the ethers. All right, what are these Keyblades like? Okay, 7-1 with Defender or a 2-3 with Finishing Plus. Okay, let's go Defender. I think that's a little bit better. I'm going to change these out for potions, though. Knowing me, that's sort of how I like to play. Let's go abilities. Magnet Splash is nice. Form Boost, Draw, Thunder Boost. just so that once I get them, they're there. Cool. And then let's dip out, go to Land of Dragons. Cool, so we're doing okay. 8 checks is good. Yeah, 8 important checks, I should say. We don't know how many checks are at Land of Dragons. But what we do know is that the first 3/4 are really easy. So, and what's even easier is stealing all this stuff off of ping. I'm just gonna, yeah, cool. So draw, reflect. There we go. Now we are starting to juice. You could even leave now if you were like so inclined. I just like to go that little bit further and pick up anything that could be here. Because it also opens the world up if it ends up being hinted that little bit more. There we go. Magnet splash. Putting in the work. Because our massive magic stat actually augments its damage. So that's really, really good. Cool. So we're going to make our way back now. And we're going to dip to Port Royal. We're going to go through to the end of the town. So we're about halfway through at in-game time. We're about just under 17 minutes on the clock. I think we're doing okay. I have suffered 2 deaths, I'm pretty sure. So, you know, that plays into it. And not all death, you know, cycles are made equal. Some are worse than others. So, for example, that first one I suffered in... Decisive Pumpkin. First one I suffered in Pride Lands was not as bad as the second one that I suffered. Was that another drive boost? Damn. Okay. So we're going to do this fight and the next fight. You can dip out there if you want. I like to go to the end of the town. Cool. So we die. And especially because I don't have the tools to deal with this, I'm happy to dip out. I could have even magnet splashed them if I really, really wanted to. You know, get some EXP. But I think this will be fine here. I'm actually going to summon Chicken Little before I go in here. So I think this fight will be easier with Chicken Little, which I'm pretty sure is even the vanilla speedrun strat to KH2, which is kind of cool. Making a comeback. So pull them in. Let's go for... I don't have fire, so I just have to deal with what I have, which is Magnet Splash, I guess. Nice, cool. So that made that much easier, that fight, which is really, really good. Let's see what else is here. That was a good cycle of that fight as well. I just like Chicken Little for this fight just because those guys can kill you really easily, and he just keeps them at an arm's reach, which is really good, I find. So, bam. I would normally do aerial combo to deal with that, but because of Magnet Splash, I think it will take longer now. I'm just gonna wait, yeah. Wait for that to go through one more tick. Because that means I get 1 more EXP for summons. I don't think, yeah, Jack doesn't have any ethers, so I'm not going to steal anything from him. Instead, I'm going to run. So that was good. From here, we're going to go to Agrabah. So 20 minutes on the clock, about 18 minutes IGT. I think Agrabah is a really good check now. Would be better if we had glide. Not really finding any of it, but that's okay. We'll get there. Suffer this death abuse to this fight. This is one upside to having low defense is, yeah, they just clobber you. And down we go, which is good, surprisingly. All right, so that's just going to quickly check because I got another Keyblade. So combo boost. I'm okay with Defender right now because I really need it. Drive boost, form boost, and another draw. Oh my god. All right. Let's roll. Let's pick up these checks. I'm going to dip out at the palace walls. Aerial dodge level 1. I'm going to put that on immediately. A little bit of movement tech speeds up everything. And, you know, if I didn't have it before, it's finally. Oh, it's another cure. Why? Okay, cool. Movement tech, you got to think of it this way, like movement is what helps you get your checks. So movement is just as important of a check to get as you know, an important check in many cases. I'm going to steal some stuff from Aladdin real quick. Like I find personally that I'm slower when I don't have movement tech. And I don't just mean like physically slower. I mean my decision making is a lot slower because I can't just go, oh, okay, well, this is probably the fastest way to do this. Because I'm used to having movement tech. So, you know, you could do a lot of practice without any movement and see how that impacts you. Shift shot. Oh, God. Bam. I should have gone for a magnet splash there, actually. That probably would have been the play to make. This guy to use fire. Yeah, shift shot. Oh, my God. I'm just gonna, yeah, walk out. Quickly heal up. Come back in, grab these checks, and then I can go. So open, shift shot. Remembering we do have reflect now. I'm just gonna, yeah, use that shift shot just because it's free EXP for pressing triangle. All right, that's that. So I'm gonna dip out now. And from Agrabah, we're gonna go to Space Paranoids. And if we get time after Space Paranoids, we'll go to Hollow Bastion. Let's duck in here, see if we can get this done real quick. There are 2 important checks here, so it could help us. You know, they could be some of these early checks. And what's just as important as you know, a proof or a summon or a form is a hint. some kind of indication of where other stuff is. And that's also an important check. Hints are important checks. Well, there's one of them. What did I say? And thunder is good too. Thunder's a good one to have. I'm just going to quickly customize that. Put that on there. I'm going to keep cure off for now. I don't like having cure. Let's grab these. But thunder's good to have. More aerial dodge. This is good. Picking up movement tech. Glide would be nice. Torn pages. There we go. We can actually say we've crossed off this world. We don't even have to do this minigame now. We can just duck out. Because there's nothing there. If we really want to go through and level, because it's a good place to level, then we can come back and do... Oh, I have to do that to leave. My bad. Can't believe I've literally forgot, like, the plot. Okay. Cool. Found it. We're good. Luckily, it doesn't take that much time. Now we can duck out. Go to HB. Imagine if I hadn't wasted that time. If I end up not being able to get past the Bailey because of that, I'll be a little bit disappointed. But these things happen. You have lapses of memory. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just move forward. That's all you can do. Cool. Thank you, Moogle. Very cool. So we get through this fight first. Yeah, there we go. That's probably more what I should be doing, is magnet splash. Okay. That check. And then... This will be a lot easier with glide. Auto final. There are places where that could be useful. If forms get hinted, it's reasonable. Okay, so we just got our second proof and a full bloom plus. I think I'm actually going to put full bloom plus on. Yeah, because it gives me one more strength. And I do want that. So now my attack and my magic are a little bit more balanced. They're 18 and 19, respectively, with a massive 6 defense. And pick this up. So we're at 2909. This will probably be our last check. Would it be nice to go to 100 Acre Wood after this? But that's okay. So now from here, I can actually use Magnet Splash a lot. Magnet Splash becomes really good because we're in really close proximity to stuff. Ooh, I'm going to use that potion. Let's limit form real quick. And let's Sonic Blade again. Oh. Yeah. Cool, done. All right, and that takes us to time. So we're done there. Let's get these last few checks. Oh, magnet. Okay, that's useful. Last few checks and then move forward. So is this one? AP boost. Okay, awesome. Right. And it'll take us back to the garden and then we can go through our checks. All right. So let's take a look. So firstly, in terms of mileage, I would say we got some really good mileage. Most of the worlds we went to had stuff. The only ones that really didn't were Disney Castle, which is surprising given the number of checks, and Port Royal, which is fine because we didn't really dip that far in. There's a lot of checks later on in the world. So, biggest thing that I noticed is lack of movement. Glide would have been really good, but we didn't have glide. We had one, what is it? So 1, 2, 3 reports. 3 reports is reasonable, but would have liked a lot more. Knowledge is power. The good thing being that the knowledge we did get was very useful, probably until we cleared Space Paranoids. Knowing that we could stop doing Space Paranoids is nice, but I would prefer, because I would dig a little bit further in Space Paranoids anyway, because it's really good for leveling later on. But knowing that OC is a 1, and knowing that the World That Never Was is a 5 is incredibly useful. So pushing the World That Never Was is probably what I would do right now, because we have quick runs. We can, you can do the Roxas strat with quick run. You can do that right now. And if you're particularly a masochist, you've got reflect and limit form, so you can do it that way too. Right. We do have pages, which is good. So we can actually dip into... So the next place I would have gone naturally in my routing would have been to go to 100 Acre Wood anyway. So you could dip in there and do that really quickly. And because it's only one page, it's not that much of an investment of time. Magic. So we got Magnet, we got Reflect, we got Thunder, and we got Cura. That's okay, it's an alright toolkit for now. I think the fact that all the magic came towards the end, all the offensive magic came towards the end, really impeded us, because our magic stat was really, you know, stacking at the beginning. Summons are good. I think having Magnet, Splash, and Chicken Little is a really good combo. Having Stitch and Magnet is a really good combo. And it gives you a lot of... Stitch, Magnet, and Thunder is a really good combo. It gives you a lot of mileage, I think, personally. I'm a little worried because we have 2 proofs and quite early on. You know, like 30 minutes in, kind of early on. When in no place to go to final fights. So we need to do some kind of level grinding. So maybe here would be the place to do it. We don't have EXP boost from memory. But I would still at least push past Roxas. You could still do that. Yeah, I think those are my thoughts there. it would be nice to have more reports. Yeah, I would push there, and then I would do a little bit of time in 100 Acre Wood. I think that's what I would do. And following that, if that didn't give me anything particularly, I might go to Beast's Castle. That might be a place. Again, that would be really nice if I had Glide. But we're sort of running out of places we can go to that are really comfortable without Glide. So I guess that's it. This is my second routing of my 6th seed. So I am done with my research portion of this. So, wish me luck. Thanks for hanging around.